We look at the political winds that are blowing. Clearly, there's a lot of support. There was a fear, I think, 6 months ago that we might have government antipathy toward Bitcoin in the West. Like you heard the most informed criticism was, Ray Dalio's, well, it's so good, someone's going to ban it. It's like, it kind of, first it was, well, I don't get it, I don't like it, it's bad. And then it became, I guess it's not bad. And then it became, well, I guess it's not going away and it works, but it works too well. Then it became a Jamie Dimon, Ray Dalio, it's just too good. Even Frank Giestra, eventually everybody kind of revolved around or settled upon the narrative that, yeah, it's not bad, it's good, but it's too good. And that's why I'm afraid of it. And I think in the last 6 months, right, we see, in fact, the opposite's happened. The administration's in favor. We've got supporters of Bitcoin in the administration. It seems to me like Biden was a positive check. The entire set of administrative regulators are positive checks. Most of the noise around regulation is really just the altcoiners, right? The DeFi people, the security token people, the staking protocols, the stablecoin issuers, and they want to generate a bunch of noise that regulators are hostile. But I can't see any activity in the past 6 months from a regulator that was, in my opinion, hostile to Bitcoin. I think that the politics right now are such that you kind of have crypto versus Bitcoin. You have all the altcoins versus Bitcoin, and generally, if the altcoins could drag Bitcoin into the debate, right? If it's bad for the altcoin, they want it to be bad for Bitcoin, so that all the Bitcoiners will support their position. So I think you see a lot of that, where people will try to recharacterize utterances by regulators as being bad for Bitcoin, when in fact they're not bad for Bitcoin. They're bad for security tokens, DeFi exchanges, unregulated crypto exchanges, NFTs, or something else, but not Bitcoin. I think that the volatility in the market right now is because Bitcoin is still conjoined with the rest of the crypto industry. Like, as far as I can see, the people driving the market in the near term from day to day are large pools of hedge fund capital and investor capital, highly leveraged, fast money that's cross-trading Bitcoin versus every other altcoin offshore and in DeFi with huge leverage. And their time horizons are 1 minute to 1 week. Like, for example, if you look at minute by minute trading patterns of Bitcoin versus ETH, they're trading in lockstep almost every 60 seconds. Like, you'll see a dump in the market in ETH, and it'll be reflected in Bitcoin in 30 seconds. And so that's interesting. And I've seen that correlation going on for a while, irregardless of news. And of course, I think that a lot of people have a lot of money and they have a lot of leverage, right? You can trade with 20x leverage. You can trade, in theory, if you cross collateralize through a DeFi exchange, you could trade with even more than 20x leverage. So there's a lot of fast money with a lot of leverage trading across the CeFi crypto exchanges and the DeFi exchanges. And they've got, Cardano and Dogecoin cross collateralized to ETH. And it seems pretty clear to me, someone's got a big block of Bitcoin tied up in ETH, in the ETH network. And when ETH trades down, Bitcoin's trading down, almost like they're a fused currency pair or a fused asset pair. And they couldn't unconnect that they can't disintegrate that in the near term. Over the long term, like months, quarters, years, yeah. But in minutes, hours, and days, it seems like there's a lot of integration there. So, what do I think in general? It's like, obviously I'm bullish on the asset class. It seems to me that we've got remarkable consensus that Bitcoin is digital property. We got remarkable consensus that Bitcoin is the one universally accepted commodity. We've also got a consensus growing that everything else is a security, by the way, safe, which is, if you roll the clock back 12 months, I think it wasn't clear, but I think right now, out of 6,500 cryptos, I think that you might have a debate over 12 of them being property, and it looks like everything else is a security. And if you're not a proof of work coin, if you're a proof of work coin that's a fork of Bitcoin or something like that, maybe there's a debate about whether it can be property. Half of them aren't, half of them are. But everything that's got an ICO, everything on proof of stake, everything related to DeFi, all of the functional coins, all the staking tokens. It's pretty clear the view of the regulators is if there's staking involved, it's a security. If there's DeFi involved, it's probably a security, right? If there's a central organization, if there's a venture capitalist involved, it's a security. If there's a central development head, it's a security, right? Any of those things are securities. And I think a lot of people don't want to embrace that reality, but that is kind of the reality. And so
before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information. And it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
I have bad news for you. If you're not rich by now, you're screwed. And if you're in debt, you're even double screwed. How so, you might wonder? Well, the sad truth is that you're working your whole life to make someone else rich. The mega corporations, the banks, the politicians, everyone is getting richer. They get your money. And what is even worse, they get your time, they get your life. You are not even in a rat race, you're in a financial prison. But what could a solution for you look like? Honestly, I don't know, but I know what a solution for me would look like. It's very simple. I use whatever money I have and I multiply it with 1,000. This could make my life much easier and probably yours as well. If you have $1,000 available, and multiply this with 1,000, I believe that this could solve some financial issue for the one or the other. Of course, if you're ugly, you would have to multiply it with much more than 1,000. My name is Marco Stan, and this is what I decided to do. I decided to 1000x my money. This is not a joke. I know what you may be thinking. What is this guy talking about? How should this work? This is not possible. Well, I made a detailed video where I laid out my plan. And some clever folks might even want to look at this plan and copy it and do exactly what I do. This is just a little hint on the side. You have two options. You leave, you forget what you have seen. You do whatever you're doing and you hope that somehow you get some other results. Good luck with that. Or you click the link below the video. You enter your email address because I'm not showing this to everybody. You at least watch my video on how I plan to 1000x my money. The choice is yours. Make the right choice. Join me. See what a different future you could have. See at least how I plan to do the 1000x. So click on the link below, enter your email address, and I see you on the other side. Your Marco Stan.